thing. I try to incorporate local bands, the quieter ones, so they can play something either at the beginning or at some point, just as a distraction, even a DJ or something to throw music out there, entertain people.
I don't think I have room at the Coventry, West Greenwich Elks. I probably could accommodate somebody to do that at the West Warwick Elks.
So if you're listening out there and you want to, you're an aspiring DJ or you have a small music setup, you might want to give her a call as well.
Absolutely.
So, well, there's another event coming up that I have to bring up, just because it's someplace that a lot of people have had to go to. Thundermist is doing a fundraiser. It's the Thundermist Annual Duck Race and Family Fun Day, Saturday, October 24th. If you're following on Facebook, that's how I find 99% of the things I talk about is I scroll through my newsfeed on Facebook. But at Royal Mills River Point, Providence Street in West Warwick, if you want more information, thundermisthealth.org. Contact them. You can buy ducks to race. The first place duck gets $1,000. That's
a good prize
for throwing a rubber duck in a river. Back in my days, they called that littering, but no, it's a race. So, yeah, that's about all I got. I'm running short on things to talk about. So why don't we cut to some music, and I'll pick your brain a little bit more when we get back. We're going to leave here with Nauseous by the Nymphadels. We'll be back in a minute.
You're in darkness and you feel like you're going down that great big hole in the ground. You gotta let it go. 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 Let it go.
Welcome back, my night hours. That was Nymphadels. The name of the song was Nauseous. In studio tonight, we have Kelly Carlini. Now, while we were off the air, we had a little discussion about being anti-establishmentarian.
Well, I do like to march to the beat of my own drummer, that's for sure.
Well, in the last couple of things you were talking about, you kept on bringing up how you want to avoid Route 2, the big box stores. You want to get the local guys involved, which believe me, we love. That is like first and foremost, give local businesses your business because that money will stay local.
Yeah, and that's what Small Business Saturday is all about. It's about not shopping at the corporate places. It's about helping the little guys. At this holiday show at the Coventry West Greenwich Elks on the 28th, there's going to be people who do woodworking, all kinds of different crafts, handmade jewelry, a great variety of different unique businesses and products that you would never find at the mall or any of the stores on Route 2.
Well, I got to say, and this is something that I have definitely preached from the rafters, you need a little ambition to get it done. There's a lot of people that will just sit there, post their stuff up on eBay or post their stuff up on Facebook saying, hey, I'm selling whatever. If you're interested, and only a certain amount of people are going to see it because of whatever algorithms Facebook has implemented that day. But if you take a little bit of initiative, find a venue such as your holiday show or your wedding expo and pursue it. Go out there, take a little bit of your time, a little bit of effort, and get it done. Go out there and pimp yourself out because this is what you want to do. If you want to make a living making whatever tchotchke, jewelry, steampunk, whatever, if you want to do that for a living to support your life, you actually have to apply yourself and do it.
Well, and a lot of people have said to me, hey, I've never done this before. What should I expect? And I've been doing this kind of thing for a long time. I hate to say how long. And so when I can sense that they really aren't sure what to bring, how to set it up, I'm going to tell them, give them pointers.
Yeah, you help them out. Because no matter what little help you give them now is only going to help them to blossom later, and it'll come back on, to help you. It is one hand is washing the other constantly. I find, with the events I do with Comic-Con, Terracon, Banshee Fest, once I get myself set up, I walk around. I got a bag loaded with duct tape and not recreational duct tape. I'm talking about actual useful duct tape, markers, staplers, or whatever. Because you always have the one new person that walks up and they have no idea how am I going to hang a sign. It doesn't sound that important, but when the sign's crooked and you're using these metal hooks and giving that professional appearance or just making yourself look a little bit better than some podunk person who just whittled whatever, you give that appearance, it's going to come back on you. People are going to listen to you more. They're going to look at your product because you put the effort in. What do you think? Am I close to
I
on
agree
base?
with you. I actually sell a line of products myself called Perfectly Posh. This is another one of the ways that I got involved in this because I was looking for venues to sell my product. And I keep it all in a suitcase, and inside the suitcase is tape, scissors, pens, index cards, sticky notes, all that stuff ready to go. And my husband comes to the events with me usually, and we see people in distress. We're doing an outdoor event and their poster is blowing away. Well, I'm the first one over with my tape to help them, or maybe don't have a poster at the outdoor event that's going to blow away. So I totally agree with you.
I've amazed a couple of people with 2 cinder blocks and a couple of bungee cords. There can be a 50-mile-an-hour wind. My pop-up will never move.
I hate tents.
I do. Well, I do. I have the pop-up tent for when I do like car shows and stuff like that, and it's got walls on it, so it's actually a pretty nice pop-up. And I've seen so many of them take off. So, of course, with the free time I have at work, I figured out a way to make sure it never flew away, and that's by adding 70 pounds of concrete to the bottom of it.
I've had it happen. I've had a tent fly away and like break into a million pieces and then have to drive somewhere to go buy another tent. And I'm not exactly a big person, so it's almost impossible for me to do this by myself. I need hubby here to help me with the tent.
Well, that's another thing, having someone there to help you. You know, a lot of what you're doing, especially in the shows, expos, stuff like that, it's not a solo operation, at least setting up. You know, once you get there and you start talking to people, I love talking to people if you haven't been able to tell. Once you get starting to talk to people and you get into a routine of what you're saying, you have it in the back of your mind, that, you know, it just flows really easy. But that first hour or two, the setup is probably the most difficult because you have so much you want to do and you just can't get it all out of your, what's going on in your head is not coming out of your mouth at the same time. You know, that you get overwhelmed. Some people freak out. Personally, I drink. But
some people have a nervous meltdown at every single event that we do.
Well, I actually show up with what I do is I actually have a layout, and people are designated a specific place to be. So I'm not trying.
So you are ultra organized
I
with
try
this.
to be, and yeah, I try to be.
Well, having a lot of experience watching people melt down, and it is absolutely beautiful because you could like time it to the second. Like, he's gonna blow his screw in 3, 2, bingo. Oh, it's beautiful, especially at at some place where these people look so far out of place to begin with, and then just to have them melt down into like this sniveling pile. And this is the person that is trying to instill confidence in other people, and they have no clue. But
no, that definitely won't happen at any of my events because I do
do
show
help.
up prepared.
Pre-prepared.
How about that? That's a new word. And I have my husband to back me up through it. But being organized, and it hasn't happened at any of the events. I've pretty much told people where to go. That's where you're going to be.
I tell people where to go all the time.
Well, I tell them in a nice way.
Tend to listen to me more.
Well, why don't we cut to one more song? It's a great band that I've had the pleasure to see only a handful of times, but excellent band, up-and-coming band. The name of the band, October Accord. The name of the song is The Flood. You're listening to My Night Out Radio. We'll be back in a minute.